Boris got stabbed in the back by his own Director of Communications. UK political scenes changing. Boris Johnson's new Director of Communications has dropped a major hint that he believes the PM's time in number the 10th of May be over within 6 months. Mr. Johnson's government was rocked by a series of high-profile resignations this week, and this bombshell may further solidify the damage. While Mr. Johnson's spokesman told reporters that 3 of the resignations, Jack Doyle, Dan Rosenfield and Martin Reynolds, had come as a result of mutual decisions, the departure of Head of Policy Munira Mirza and Policy Advisor Elena Narazansky had not been planned, and marked a further sign that the PM's government may be losing faith in him. Former advisor to Mr. Johnson and committed Remainer Guto Harri was brought in to replace Jack Doyle as the Director of Communications. However, as observed by political editor Robert Peston, Mr. Harri may not intend to stay at the PM's side for long. The appointment of Harri, who was Director of External Affairs for Johnson during his first term as London Mayor, from 2008 to 2012, has been announced as part of the Prime Minister's response to mass resignations from his top team. The pair both studied at Oxford University at the same, Johnson at Balliol and Harri at Queen's College. Johnson lost 5 aides in the space of 24 hours as he faced battles on multiple fronts, including over his reaction to the partygate saga and his misleading allegations over Sir Keir Starmer and Jimmy Savile. Staffing changes to Number 10 that will improve how Number 10 operates, strengthen the role of my cabinet and backbench colleagues, and accelerate our defining mission to level up the country, according to the Prime Minister. Number 10 revealed that the Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster Steve Barclay will become the PM's Chief of Staff. Barclay will be in charge of integrating the new office of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Office, driving the government's agenda more efficiently and ensuring it is better aligned with the Cabinet and backbenchers. Mr. Peston tweeted, Boris Johnson's new Director of Comms Guto Harri has been working at Hawthorne Advisors, the comms consultancy co-founded by Ben Elliott, Tory party co-chairman close to the PM. I gather Guto has a leave of absence from Hawthorne of 6 months, just in case Number 10 thing isn't long-term. The inside knowledge appears to imply that Mr. Harri is not fully committed to his new role in Number 10, and that he suspects Mr. Johnson may not last much longer than 6 months. Andrew Neil also raised questions over just how planned Jack Doyle's exit, writing, far from a coherent plan to revive Downing Street there was only chaos and confusion. Nobody had a clue who would replace the departers. Mr. Harri has been known to be highly critical of the PM. In 2018, after Mr. Johnson compared Theresa May's Brexit deal to a suicide vest, Mr. Harri described him as tribal and divisive in an interview. He also referred to reports of Mr. Johnson's numerous affairs, saying, unfortunately he is now dragging us into a place where we think that we can joke about suicide vests and that we can be sexually incontinent. Somebody needs to take the spade out of his hand or it looks to me like he's digging his political grave. He would not have been re-elected in a left-leaning city like London if he hadn't appealed to the left. Now he's gone the other way. He's become more tribal, and tribal within the tribe, so that he would now be, if he were to become leader, a hugely divisive figure. The resignation of Jack Doyle came as he was embroiled in the allegations of lockdown breaching parties in Downing Street. A Number 10 spokesman said, Jack Doyle has left government. He has made a huge contribution and the Prime Minister is immensely grateful for the work he has done. In his resignation speech to staff at Number 10, Mr. Doyle said, recent weeks have taken a terrible toll on my family life, although, according to a former employer, he always intended to resign after 2 years in the role. The former journalist reportedly attended at least 2 of the 12 events in Downing Street and the wider government that are under investigation by police,